So, hello and welcome everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Watering the Soul with Ali O'Shea. I'm here today to read chapters 7 through 10, maybe through 11 or more, depending on the time we have today. And it's a wonderful book called Mind Power into the 21st Century by John Kehoe. Techniques to harness the astounding powers of thoughts. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a #1 bestseller, and I recommend this book to everybody. So I'm going to get started now. And chapter 7 is the subconscious mind. The power to move the world is in your subconscious mind. William James. We possess within us two minds. So far, I have written only of the conscious mind. I would now like to introduce you to your second mind, the hidden and mysterious subconscious. Our subconscious mind contains such power and complexity that it literally staggers the imagination. We know that this subconscious mind controls and orchestrates our bodily functions, from pumping blood to all parts of our body to regulating our breathing and digestion. We further know that the subconscious mind has recorded every event that has ever happened to us. Every incident in our personal history is recorded within, along with the emotions and thoughts evoked by those incidents. It is also from this second mind that we receive invaluable guidance and direction. Through our intuition, dreams, feelings, and hunches, our subconscious will bring to us the ideas, insights, and solutions needed to satisfy all our needs and desires. We are never alone or without guidance once we have awakened to this inner faculty. And finally, the subconscious mind is the mechanism through which thought impulses are repeated regularly, with feeling and emotion are quickened, charged, and changed into their physical equivalent. You may voluntarily plant in your subconscious mind any plan, thought, or purpose which you desire to translate into its physical counterpart, and that counterpart will manifest itself for you. The subconscious is creative, prolific, and ever ready to serve you. Yet, so few of us understand how to use its power. In order to understand how the conscious and subconscious minds work together as a team to create your reality, let me again use an analogy. Your subconscious mind is like fertile soil, which accepts any seed you plant within it. Your habitual thoughts and beliefs are the seeds which are being constantly sown within, and they produce in your life what is planted, just as surely as corn kernels produce corn. You will reap what you sow. This is a law. Remember, the conscious mind is the gardener. It is our responsibility to be aware of and choose wisely what reaches the inner garden. But unfortunately, for most of us, our role as gardener has never been explained to us. And in misunderstanding our role, we have allowed all types of seeds, both good and bad, to enter our inner garden. This then is the cause of all that is happening in your life. If you wish to understand why fortune or misfortune is happening to you in any area of your life, you only need to look within. The subconscious mind will not discriminate. It will manifest failure, ill health, and misfortune just as easily as success and abundance. It works to reproduce in our life according to what seeds we have nurtured within. Your subconscious accepts what is impressed upon it with feeling and emotion, whether these thoughts are positive or negative. It does not evaluate things like your conscious mind, and it does not argue with you. If you want to make changes in your life, you must look to the cause and the cause is the way you are using the conscious mind, the way you are thinking and picturing in your mind. You cannot think both negative and positive thoughts at the same time. One or the other must dominate. The mind is a creature of habit, so it becomes your responsibility to make sure that positive emotions and thoughts constitute the dominating influence of your mind. In order to change external conditions, you must first change the internal. Most people try to change conditions and circumstances by working directly with those conditions and circumstances. This always proves futile, or at the very best temporary, unless it is accompanied by a change of thoughts and beliefs. Awakening to this truth, the way to a better, more successful life becomes crystal clear. Train your conscious mind to think of thoughts of success, happiness, health, prosperity, and to weed out fear and worry. Keep your conscious mind busy with the expectation of the best, and make sure the thoughts you habitually think are based upon what you want to see happen in your life. Here, the law of habit can assist you. Form the habit of practicing daily all the principles contained in this book. Don't just read the chapters, but take the principles and techniques into your life and make them a living reality for you. Water takes the shape of whatever container holds it, whether it be in a glass, a vase, or a riverbank. Likewise, your subconscious will create and manifest according to the images you habitually project upon it through your daily thinking. This is how your destiny is created. Your life is in your hands to make of it what you choose. Synchronicity. Once you grasp that your subconscious will bring to you whatever you need, and you begin working daily projecting the thoughts and images of what you want, seemingly chance and fortuitous events will begin to happen to you. Your powerful inner collaborator, working with your instructions, will bring you the people and circumstances you require to fill your goals. 1,000 unseen hands, as Joseph Campbell describes them, will come to your aid. Synchronicity appears to the uninitiated to be coincidence or luck, but it is neither. It is simply the operation of natural laws which you have set in motion with your thoughts. Let me explain how it works. I wrote earlier of all physical reality consisting of particles of energy. We live in a giant web of energy. When, for example, you begin imprinting success upon your subconscious mind, it sets up a continuous vibration of this energy that resonates upon the whole. The subconscious works day and night with this success vibration, attracting to you the people and circumstances necessary for your success. I might also add that the subconscious will work equally hard to attract to you the circumstances necessary for your failure, if that is how you habitually think. It does not discriminate or censor, but works with the thoughts, desires, hopes, and fears that you allow to dwell in your conscious mind. We are fortunate that the laws of physical reality and the laws of the mind are now beginning to be understood. In years past, it might have seemed incredible that we could attract and create our reality through this process. Yet now, with these new insights, we know how it works. Our thoughts being energy, it only makes sense that our repeated images, affirmations, visualizations, deeply held beliefs, fears, and desires, vibrating within the larger web of reality, would have an effect upon that reality. In fact, when you stop and really think about it, since we are all connected, how could it be otherwise? Let me repeat once again this all-important point. When you unite mentally and emotionally with the good you wish to embody, the creative powers of your subconscious will respond accordingly. Your habitual thinking and imagery mold your reality and create your ultimate destiny. The universe is prodigal in its support of us. We, unfortunately, are miserably in what we accept. But this can change. Once you understand the laws of your life and begin seeing how they work for you, you will eagerly embrace them. Begin this very day to imprint upon your subconscious mind that which you desire. Let nothing deter you from this practice, and then watch with wonder and excitement as the synchronicity doors begin opening. In the words of Himalayan explorer W.H. Murray, the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would otherwise never have occurred. A whole stream of events issue from the decision, raising in one's favour all manner of incidences and meetings and material assistance which no man would have believed would have come his way. Know this truth, and you will possess a key to the treasures of the universe. The power of your subconscious is awaiting your instructions. Chapter 8. Intuition. Why do I always get my best ideas in the shower? Albert Einstein. Imagine how confident, enthusiastic, and secure you would feel if you could team up with a partner who was able to supply you with everything that you need in life. A partner who would give you solutions to your problems, showing you new and exciting opportunities and how to take advantage of them, and be there for you with wise and reliable advice whenever you needed it. Well, you indeed do possess such a partner. The partner within, your intuition. All great achievers, whether they be businessmen, athletes, artists, or statesmen, trust and use their intuition. The ability to come up with inspired ideas and make astute decisions is one of the primary secrets of success and the mark of one who has cultivated his inner self. I once had a chance meeting with one of Australia's richest and boldest entrepreneurs. We were in a hotel lobby one evening about an hour before I was due to speak. I recognized him from his pictures in various newspapers and magazines, so I approached him and I introduced myself. I had read in a magazine article that he believed strongly in intuition, and I asked him if that was true. Intuition plays a major role in everything I do, he confirmed. I can't think of one major venture that I have entered upon without first checking in with my intuition. This man is not alone. Mozart claimed he received inspiration from within. Socrates said he was guided by his inner voice. Einstein, Edison, Marconi, Henry Ford, Luther Burbank, Madame Curie, Nobel laureates by the bundle, the list goes on and on, of great men and women who have attributed their success directly to their intuition. Henry Mintzberg, in the Harvard Business Review, describes his study he conducted on ranking corporate executives, in which he found that they were constantly relying on hunches to cope with problems too complex for rational thinking. He concluded, Success does not lie in that narrow-minded concept called rationality. It lies in a blend of clear-headed logic and powerful intuition. Billionaire Ted Turner, founder of CNN and currently one of the richest men in the world, shares similar sentiments. Vision and intuition go hand in hand with one another. Conrad Hilton tells the story of how he submitted a bid of $165,000 for a piece of property he wished to purchase for a hotel. When he awoke the following morning, the number 180,000 was nagging him. Connie was well known for following his hunches, so he changed his bid to $180,000. He secured the property, which eventually sold for over $2 million because the next highest bid was $179,000. Ray Kroc bought McDonald's against the advice of his lawyers and accountants because I felt it in my funny bone that it was a sure thing. McDonald's is now a very sure thing. It's the most successful franchise operation in the world, and Kroc's decision to buy a few hamburger stands made him a multi-millionaire hundreds of times over. Paying attention to intuition enables an individual to make better decisions, to come up with more creative ideas and deeper insights, and to find the smoothest, most direct route from desire to fulfillment. Those people who always seem to be in the right place at the right time, and for whom good things happen with uncanny frequency, are not just lucky. They have developed an intuitive sense of what to do and when to do it. Their intuition allows them to go beyond the obvious, to come up with fresh, innovative ideas and possibilities. It supplies them with all that they need to know and instructs them when and how to use that knowledge. Cognitive scientists who study how information flows through the brain tell us that only a small fraction of what the mind takes in, less than 1%, reaches conscious awareness. It is staggering to think of how much we're missing. Yet, this information is available to you. I wrote earlier of our minds as being bits of a greater hologram, with the whole contained in each and every one of its parts. Your everyday conscious mind may know and understand only your own personal experiences and knowledge, but your subconscious mind is linked and connected to the entire system, and thus has access to all the information contained within that system. Your intuition is how you access it. Getting answers. Preparation. Immerse yourself with all the available facts and information. Give the subconscious as much material to work with as possible. Search out any and all knowledge that is relevant. Open yourself to anything that is even vaguely relevant to what you're working on. The idea is to gather such a broad and varied range of data that unusual and unlikely elements can begin to juxtapose themselves. Let your imagination roam freely. Immerse yourself in this information without necessarily trying to make sense of it. This is the job of the subconscious. Incubation. Once you have mulled over all the relevant pieces, you can let the problem simmer. Whereas preparation demands active work, incubation is more passive. Let go and let the subconscious take over the work. Your subconscious works each day and night. It continues to seek a solution, whether you are consciously thinking about it or not. In fact, practice suggests that the subconscious works better when left alone. We are more open to insights from the subconscious in moments when we are not thinking of anything in particular. Any time you can spend just daydreaming and relaxing is useful in the creative process. A shower, long drives, a quiet walk, a hike in the forest. For example, Nolan Bushnell, founder of the Atari company, first conceived of what became his biggest selling video game while walking alone on the beach one quiet morning. Steven Spielberg, on the other hand, reports that most of his best ideas come while he's driving on the freeway. And Albert Einstein once remarked to a colleague, "Why do I always get my best ideas in the shower?" Being overly concerned about getting the right answer can in fact hinder the process. It's like the professional athlete being too anxious about winning a championship game. Athletes know that to perform at their best, they have to be focused and relaxed. As soon as they put too much pressure on themselves, they make mistakes. For your intuition to work, you have to relax and let it work. Awakening the intuition. Here are 3 steps that will naturally and effortlessly awaken your intuition and bring the answers you require. Step number 1. Spend several minutes thinking about the fact that you do indeed possess a powerful subconscious mind, that the perfect answers and solutions exist, and that your subconscious will and can access this information for you. Try to get beyond an intellectual understanding of this to where it becomes an emotional conviction. When this happens, you will feel charged and excited. The conscious mind must be reminded again and again of the existence and potential of this hidden partner. You want to sense and feel this with assurance. Let your mind contemplate this great power you possess within. Step number 2. Clearly state what it is you wish your subconscious to bring to you. What answers, solutions, insights. Repeat to yourself a number of times that your subconscious mind is at this very moment working for you. Don't feel pressured or confused or try to figure out the answers. Speak to your subconscious with confidence, repeating over and over what you want it to do, but word it in such a way that it is already doing so. My subconscious is now bringing me, and fill in the blank. Repeat this to yourself at least 10 times, feeling that this process is already in motion. Step number 3. Relax and fill your mind with faith and expectancy that the correct answer will come to you. Remember, faith and confidence are not only attitudes, but vibrations of energy. These vibrations will attract the appropriate solutions and answers, just as a magnet attracts metal fillings. A mind vibrating with the belief that the answers are coming to it naturally draws those answers. If you had the correct and perfect solution, imagine how you would feel. Excited, overjoyed, relieved. Feel those sensations now. Let your mind play with this mood in a relaxed way. Drop off to sleep with the assurance that the answers are soon to be yours. This entire 3-step process takes 5 or 10 minutes and is best done each evening before you go to sleep. The twilight period between conscious and unconscious levels is a most opportune time to reach the subconscious. Receiving the information. Sometimes the answer will come as a hunch or insight that pops into your mind when you least expect it. Perhaps like Steven Spielberg when you were driving your car, or maybe while you're eating breakfast. At other times, the answer will come as the still small voice within, the little voice or feeling that says, "Go here, try this, phone so and so." Learning to pay attention to these feelings and hunches and recognizing the voice within takes practice, but with time you will develop this ability. Don't be discouraged if you can't distinguish your intuition at first. Since most of us have not been taught how to recognize and use our intuition, it is only natural that we'll be a little bit rusty at first. This ability is like a muscle and will get stronger and clearer with use. You strengthen your intuition by paying attention to it, looking for it, trusting and acting on it when you feel and hear it. First and foremost, become aware of its existence and begin to listen within. Have you ever taken a walk in the forest with an avid and experienced bird watcher? He or she will see 10 birds to every one that you notice. Their eyes are attuned. They know what to look for. Their senses are sharpened with practice. Exactly the same will occur when developing your intuition. Keep vigilant watch over and be sensitive to what's happening within you. You may miss it most of the time in the early stages, but soon you will hear and feel your intuition. It's closer than you can imagine. All it takes is a little trust and practice. Frequently, intuitive ideas come to us in dreams. Dr. Frederick Banting, the brilliant Canadian physician, discovered the basics of insulin in a dream, which instructed him in exactly what steps to take to find the elusive formula. Elias Howe, the inventor of the sewing machine, labored for years over its design, yet always remained one small detail from his goal. One night, he dreamt he had been captured by savages who were pointing strange spears at him, and he noticed that at the tip of each spear was a hole. Howe awoke from his dream with the solution. Put the hole at the tip of the needle. This simple change was the key that unlocked the invention of the sewing machine. The methods the subconscious uses to bring you information will vary from one time to the next, but you will always know that you are receiving intuitive information by the quality of the ideas and by the feelings that they produce within you. The exhilaration, the certainty, and the overpowering sense that this is it are what distinguish intuitive ideas from all the other thoughts occurring in your mind. Staying open to intuition. Certain attitudes and behaviors will encourage intuition, and these are worth cultivating. In many ways, we tell the subconscious mind what we expect from it, and we get what we expect. Acceptance and confidence create receptivity. If you can learn to think of your intuition as a normal and valuable part of daily living, and issue an open invitation to come at any time, it will show up bearing gifts. But thoughts such as, I can't solve that problem, or I'll never find the answer, signal the intuition not to bother. Confident thoughts and the conviction that you deserve and expect not only an answer, but the best answer, stir intuition into positive action. Don't be timid. Boldly tell your subconscious mind that its wisdom, knowledge, and power are guiding and instructing you. At night, I talk to my subconscious in the same manner that I would talk to a friend. I tell it, while simultaneously reminding myself that it is all-powerful, that it has access to infinite intelligence. I confidently instruct it in what I want it to accomplish for me. Then I rest in peace with full assurance that it will. It always does. Here is an affirmation you may want to try. My subconscious mind is my power in my success. If you break this affirmation down, you will see that it contains 3 powerful elements. My subconscious mind. By affirming this, you acknowledge to yourself that you do indeed have a subconscious mind. You are recognizing and accepting your unseen partner as real. You are reminding yourself again of its existence, and it is impossible to remind yourself too many times. You want to permanently imprint this truth within you. Number 2. My subconscious mind is my partner. A partner is someone who works side by side with you to achieve a common goal. Someone with whom you split the workload. Each of you tackling different problems. Why not let your subconscious partner specialize in the task to which it is best suited, namely supplying you with accurate information, ideas, and answers. You are never alone, never without guidance, because you can always count on your subconscious mind. It supplies the ideas, you supply the action. My subconscious mind is my partner in success. So in success, the word success is a powerful affirmation representing everything you want to see happen you in business, in relationships, and in life. Just the act of repeating the affirmation sets vibrations of energy in motion and will greatly assist you in achieving your goal. My subconscious mind is my partner in success. What to do when you need to make a decision in a hurry. Sometimes we need to make a quick decision. We can't wait weeks. We need the answer this afternoon. When you need to make a decision in a hurry, try this technique. Relax your body with some deep breathing or just shrugging and relaxing your shoulders. Feel calm and relaxed. Quiet your mind and then confidently affirm to yourself 10 or 20 times, I always make the right decision. Feel the power of the words. Say them with assurance, and as you finish your last affirmation, immediately make the decision. In this way, you bypass the logical mind and let your intuition supply the answer. The first thing that comes to you will be your answer. It is sometimes valuable to know how to bypass the logical mind. When we live too logically, we are out of sync with life. Life is not always logical. It is filled with paradoxes and mystery. That's why it's important to trust our intuition, feelings, and hunches. When we do this, we are closer to the truth than when we dogmatically remain within the narrow confines of our rational mind. Unfortunately, schools don't teach us to trust our intuition. Instead, they teach us to sort and decipher hard knowledge. But in real life, you find that even after you gather all the relevant information, there is still a gap, a part you cannot neatly calculate. That's where you can add your intuition to make your final decision and then act. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts and ideas. How many times in the past have you fruitlessly searched your mind for solutions, going over the same information time and time again in the hopes that you've missed something? The answers weren't there because by searching only your conscious mind, you greatly limited your possible solutions. By using the same torn, tired, worn-out ideas you've been hashing and rehearsing for years, you have put a blindfold on yourself and tied one hand behind your back. No wonder you are not succeeding to the degree that you desired. The subconscious mind contains new ideas, answers, and solutions in abundance. Don't limit yourself. Go to the treasure house within and bring back something new and dynamic that is full of life and spirit and originality. These ideas and solutions exist within you right now. Once you recognize the omnipotent power that exists in the subconscious mind, you will never want for answers. You will merely adjust your consciousness and direct your intuition to bring the required information. As the Upanishads say, all exists within And we're going to move on now to chapter 9. And chapter 9 is quite long, so I will leave it there for today when I've finished chapter 9. Chapter 9 is called Dreams. Dreams will show you where you are and where you are going. They reveal your destiny. Carl Jung. Dreams have fascinated and intrigued mankind since the beginning of time. The oldest written record of dream interpretation is to be found in the Babylonian epic of Gilgamesh, recorded on clay tablets in 3000 BC. We know that the ancient Greeks and Egyptians practiced dream incubation, where dreams were artificially stimulated by suggestion in temples or sanctuaries devoted to healing. The Bible contains numerous references to individuals being guided by dreams. Joseph predicted for the Pharaoh 7 years of feast followed by 7 years of famine by correctly interpreting a dream. In the Aztec hierarchy of gods, the highest and most respected god was the bringer of dreams. The North American Indians had dream lodges where the elders of the tribe would interpret dreams received during visions and ceremonies and make decisions based on their interpretations. Until recently, most people in modern society dismissed this aspect of our psyche as important, and as a result, lost a vital source of guidance and connection to the inner self. Fortunately, this is now changing as individuals in growing numbers pursue this rich source of meaning and understanding in their lives. What makes dreams so interesting is that dreams are where the conscious and subconscious meet, where the images of day-to-day living encounter the hidden wisdom of the subconscious. Many scientists first dreamt of solutions to problems they were struggling with, only later working them out consciously. Einstein dreamt he was riding on the beam of a light, long before he developed the theory of relativity. Numerous artists, businessmen, researchers, and men and women of all walks of life are guided to create solutions in their dreams. Certainly, there is now evidence to suggest, to even the most skeptical, that there is more to dreams than just meaningless random images. I wrote in the previous chapter of Dr. Banting and Elias Howe, who made their breakthrough discoveries through the aid of their dreams. Let me add another example to this growing list. Nobel Prize winner Dr. James Watson was led to discover the enigmatic properties of the DNA molecule through a dream he had one night. He had been working on trying to understand the molecular construction of DNA for years, to no avail. One night, he had a dream in which he saw two snakes coiling around one another. He woke up instantly and exclaimed, "I wonder if that's it. I wonder if DNA is a double helix, twinning or twining around itself." This form did not exist anywhere else in nature. He followed this trail, and it indeed led him to decipher the enigmatic genetic coding for which he was awarded a Nobel Prize. Dreams are the forgotten language of our race, and within their strange symbols and allegories are hidden meanings and messages that can guide and instruct us if we learn to decipher them. I have studied and analysed my dreams for a number of years now, and by observing my dreams over this extended period of time and attempting to interpret them, I can say with certainty that they reflect a superior intelligence, a wisdom which speaks to us. Our dreams show us where we are wrong and where we are unadapted, bringing to our attention the root cause of inner disharmony or emotional distress. They reveal a deeper meaning in our lives and consistently and regularly convey illuminating insights. Dreams show us how to fulfill our destiny, how to realize the greater potential of life within us. We dream an average of 5 to 7 times a night. This might surprise you, as perhaps you feel that you seldom dream. But in fact, everyone dreams every night, whether we remember those dreams or not. We know this because when we dream, we exhibit rapid eye movement, a phenomenon which psychologists and scientists can measure, thereby determining how often we dream. Babies are dreaming about 50% of the time they are asleep. Premature babies, 70%. We dream more frequently after days of full worry and stress, after intense learning experiences, after traumatic events or new and stimulating experiences, suggesting perhaps that dreams are important in helping us cope with changes in our lives. Programming your mind to dream. Inform your mind just before you go to sleep that tonight I will dream and I will remember my dream. Repeat this to yourself about 20 times. You can even suggest what it is you wish to dream about, what area you wish to explore. But remember that dreams often have their own agenda. They know better than what we need to understand. Place a pad of paper and pen by your night table. This is symbolic as well as functional. You are demonstrating your willingness to explore your dreams. Your attitude towards your dreams determines their attitude towards you. As you prepare for dreams, respect and acknowledge them. Doing so will cause them to more readily come to you. Upon wakening, don't leap out of bed but remain still as your consciousness returns. This in-between time is very valuable. It is the crack between the two worlds. Is there a shred of a dream vaguely fluttering around in there somewhere? If so, observe it like a hunting dog silently watching over its prey. Try to bring as much of it back as possible, piece by piece. Rerun the dream in your mind several times, adding detail each time. Keep doing this until you have reconstructed as much detail and story as you can. Now rise and write down your dream, adding more detail as it comes to you. Once the dream has been recorded, you can begin to interpret it or leave it and return to it later. Dream interpretation. When interpreting your dreams, an attitude of intense interest rather than one of frivolous curiosity will assist you. Think of yourself as an explorer in a new land, or an archaeologist digging up clues at an ancient site. In many ways, dream interpretation is like the work of an archaeologist. Not only do you have to find the relics, but you must interpret what they are and what they mean. The dream mentioned previously in this chapter and the dreams in the chapter on the subconscious are all fairly easy to understand, and I use them because they clearly illustrate how dreams can guide us. However, because they are so easily decipherable, they are the exceptions. 90% of your dreams will make little or no sense whatsoever. They will seem like nonsense, like a foreign language that you don't understand. However, if you're willing to work with your dreams and understand some of the keys to deciphering them, they will open up an exciting new world for you. Dreams use the vocabulary of symbols and allegory to convey their message. Symbols are to intuition what words are to thought. The language of dreams is more like art and poetry than linguistics. Interestingly, one of the suggestions as to why our subconscious uses symbols rather than language is that this part of our consciousness predates language. Your dreams are messages sent from your subconscious to you, and as such, they are showing you something about yourself. Dreams are always about you and your circumstances, where you are stuck, what you're avoiding, what you're missing, what you're ignoring, where you need to go. 95% of the time, all the characters, creatures, monsters, and strangers in your dream represent aspects of yourself. When you go about interpreting a dream, assume that all the people in the dream are you, except when you recognize the characters, children, spouse, parents, co-workers, and so forth. and even then, they are sometimes you. As an example, let's say you have a dream where a burglar breaks into your home and is trying to steal and harm your children. You confront the burglar, and a life and death struggle ensues. You wake up. Interpreting the dream subjectively, you would first of all assume that you are both the burglar and yourself in the dream. You begin asking yourself questions. What part of me is harming the children? Maybe you feel you're working too hard and not spending enough time with them. Is your dedication to working long hours perhaps stealing your children from you? Another interpretation might be that your children are the carefree and innocent part of you, and the burglar is your serious and logical side. Is the adult part of you suppressing your natural, easygoing, more spontaneous nature? Perhaps your dream is telling you something is being taken from you by living too much this way. Get the idea? Remember to avoid translating your dreams too literally. Say you dream you are driving a fast sports car at 90 miles per hour around dangerous curves. You lose control, crash and die. Does this mean you are going to have a car crash and die? Highly unlikely. It's far more probable that the dream is telling you something much less literal about yourself. Are you losing control of some part of your life? Where do you need to slow down? Perhaps the dream is suggesting that if you don't slow down, you'll crash, i.e., you'll get sick, lose something valuable, or alienate someone important to you. Death in a dream usually means change, transition, the end of one part of your life and the beginning of another. Are you heading for a change? Maybe a change is coming very quickly. Does any of this fit? A nightmare is your subconscious trying to shock you into looking at some aspect of your life. It is as if the subconscious is saying, "Look here, this is urgent." Likewise, dreams that repeat themselves are messages trying to break through. When you correctly interpret them, they will cease. They are only continuing because you are failing to hear their message. Here are a few techniques to apply when interpreting your own dreams. Name the dream. Give it a title. It doesn't matter whether the title makes sense or not. Let your intuition come up with something. The title might give you clues. To illustrate how this might work, many years ago I was about to invest some money in a venture that looked like a unique opportunity. Shortly before we were to consummate the deal, I had a dream in which one of the partners was walking a skunk on a leash. I remarked, "What are you doing walking a skunk?" He shrugged it off as normal. I woke from the dream and tried to make sense of it. I gave the dream a title, "Something Stinks." And as a result, I decided not to invest. It looked like I was throwing away a golden opportunity. Yet, 2 years later, all the parties involved were bankrupt. Listening to my dream saved me from losing my money. Go back to the dream during waking hours and speak to the dream characters. Find a quiet spot where you will not be disturbed for 5 or 10 minutes. Closing your eyes, recreate the dream in your mind. See it happening exactly as it did the night before, the same scene and people. Project yourself back into the dream and let the drama unfold. Only this time you can react in any way you choose. For example, in the dream where the burglar breaks into your house and tries to harm your children, recreate the dream exactly as it happened, except when it comes to fight the burglar, instead of fighting, enter into a dialogue. Question the burglar. Who is he? What does he want? Why is he doing this? What are you trying to tell me? Since you now control the dream, you can do this. Perhaps talk to your dream children and ask them questions as well. You may be quite surprised at what they say. This technique can be invaluable in helping make sense of it all. And yes, they will speak to you. Compare the dream to a drama and examine it under these structural headings. Number 1, introduction, the setting of the dream and the meaning of the problem presented. Number 2, the plot, the action, the ups and downs of the story as it unfolds. Number 3, the ending. How does it end? Was the problem resolved or unresolved? What message or theme is implied by the way the story ended? In examining the dream in this way, you should ask what the main symbols are. What might these symbols represent? What are my past associations with these symbols? How are they speaking to me now? Examine too, do you feel in each part of the dream? This is a clue to its meaning. Do you feel relieved, terrified, confident, empowered? Perhaps you dreamt you witnessed a murder, but instead of being terrified and upset, you were happy and excited. You woke up confused by this. The fact that you were happy and excited is the clue. What part of your life needs to change? Be murdered? Would you feel excited or relieved if there were changes in this part of your life? What changes may it be suggesting? Examine all the clues. Sometimes dreams reveal themselves right away. Mostly they need a germination time, a few days or weeks before they begin to make sense. And sometimes not even then. But if you don't decipher every dream, you'll be lucky in the beginning to decipher 1 out of 4. The very fact or act of working on your dreams allows for valuable growth and change within the subconscious. No work is without compensation on one level or another. Nor is dream interpretation something you can do with rational effort alone. One depends as much on intuition as on logic. Every dream remembered and correctly interpreted makes a lasting connection. One is linked forever with it, and through that dream one is linked to one's inner center. When our interpretation hits the mark, something inside of us clicks. We say, yes, that's it. We feel empowered. Whenever we understand a dream properly, it is nourishing. Something becomes peaceful and satisfied within us. We have gained direction and insight from within. Dream interpretation is always a living dialogue with our own subconscious. With practice, we come to know that we are connected to something powerful and infinite within us. So there you go. That was chapters 7 to 10. And I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. 7 to 9. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Watering the Soul with myself, reading Mind Power into the 21st century. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm wishing you a beautiful Halloween wherever you are in the world. Namaste.